Well, the commander of U.S. Central Command is in Israel right now, a first high-level visit by a top American official since the inauguration of Joe Biden. General Kenneth McKenzie is in the country to discuss regional challenges, including Iran. Just last week, Israel's IDF chief of staff making controversial comments, attacking American plans to renegotiate a nuclear deal with the Islamic Republic. The general's visit is also the first since the Pentagon decided to move Israel from the jurisdiction of the European Command in the U.S. military to the Central Command. Those are the sounds of rocket sirens going off in Tehran over the weekend, reportedly causing flights to divert and alarming residents. An Iranian official saying the sirens were set off by a technical mishap and there were no security threats. Interestingly enough, the incident comes amid heightened tension in the region as Iranian officials have sparred with American and Israeli leaders in recent weeks as a new administration entered the White House in Washington. Lots of developments on Iran, so let's break it down with Reserves General Dan Feferman. Thank you so much for joining us, Dan.
Reserve Major.
Excuse me, Reserve Major. Thank you for joining us.
But I appreciate the promotion.
Of course. So as we were just saying, there were rocket sirens sounded in Tehran over the weekend. Officials said it was a technical glitch, but just before that, an attack in India near the Israeli embassy claimed by an Iran-supported group. Is this a coincidence?
It seems to be a coincidence, and by all accounts, the sirens in western Tehran on Friday night, and also the Turkish plane that was rerouted, seem to be more due to the technical glitch and weather. However, yes, we do have the terrorist attack, or the attempted terrorist attack, near the Israeli embassy in New Delhi, and that is not that obviously is not a coincidence. It's by a group called Jaish al-Hind, which is believed to be affiliated with Iran. And in the letter that they left at the scene, they claim it's connected to the assassination last year of Soleimani by U.S. forces, and of Mohsen Fakhrizadeh, the nuclear scientist, which is attributed to Israel.
Let's bring the U.S. perspective back into this. What are the implications of the CENTCOM chief being in Israel right now? Is he trying to deter Aviv Kochavi from antagonizing Iran with his recent comments from last week?
It certainly could be, but I don't know if I'd attribute too much of the timing of the visit to Kochavi's statements, which were a little unprecedented as far as military chiefs go. Of course, he blatantly signaled his remarks at the U.S. administration and said that if the U.S. goes back to the JCPOA and even an improved version of the JCPOA, he is preparing, as we speak, military contingency plans to strike at Iran's nuclear program. And that's something that we usually don't hear from the military echelon. Of course, only this month, in a very symbolic move with a lot of practical implications, Israel was transferred from the responsibility of EUCOM, or the European Command, to CENTCOM, Central Command. And that's two of the 11 regional commands through which the United States operates and manages its various military relationships and alliances throughout the world. And so I think the timing of the visit has much more to do with that, and for the United States and Israel through their new command in the region to discuss regional threats, very specifically Iran, how to coordinate their moves, how to coordinate strategies, and how to respond to the tensions that are happening in the region.
All right, interesting developments. Reserves Major Dan Feferman, thank you so much.
Pleasure.